Hello and welcome to Football Daily, where today we're bringing you the most memorable Clásicos in preparation for today's derby. 10. The Calma Clásico. CR7 has been an innovator to many celebrations which are used and abused on FIFA, including the bear, the Sue, and the weird one where he shows off his thigh to millions worldwide. But the iconic Calma came to prominence in 2012 in a Clásico where Ronaldo bagged 2 goals for Los Blancos. Universally hated by the Barca faithful, he received plenty of jeers when he stuck both goals away in a 2-2 draw, to which Cristiano stuck his chest out and just gestured to the crowd to calm down. Quelle surprise, it only got the fans more agitated with the Portuguese, and he loved every second of it. As of 2016, Ronaldo still busts out the celebration occasionally, but the league's president, Javier Tebas, almost suspended the player for his provocative gesture. 9. Cruyff's Clásico. The legendary Johan Cruyff joined Barcelona in 1973, but had to wait a year before he netted his first against Barca's eternal rivals, Real Madrid, and what a game to get it in. Barcelona were well ahead of the pack in this season, while Madrid were languishing in mid-table, and Ranas Mikel's side embarrassed Los Blancos even further, destroying them 5-0 at the Bernabeu. The Blaugrana won the league for the first time in 14 years, with Cruyff winning European Footballer of the Year during the same season. This wasn't just a great moment for Catalonian football, but also for the people, who felt Cruyff had done more for the Catalan natives in that game than any politician had done for years. 8. The Golden Era Clásico. The 1953-54 season is a landmark in the history for Real Madrid, known as the start of their Golden Era. A 26-year-old Alfredo Di Stefano joined from River Plate, whilst a certain teenager named Paco Gento joined the club from Racing. Paco Gento wasn't ready for the famous Clásico, but Di Stefano certainly was, and he netted after 10 minutes to put Madrid 1-0 up. It wasn't until the 85th when he got his second, when the score was already 4-0, as he capped off proceedings and killed off the reigning league champions. 2 years later, the club won their first European Cup before winning another 4 on the bounce, a feat which has never been replicated. 7. The 8-goal Clásico. A name Madrid and Spurs fans alike would want to forget. Juan de Ramos was somehow in charge of Real Madrid back in 2009 and was up against eventual treble winners Barcelona near the end of the 08-09 season. Barca were only 4 points clear of Madrid, and if the home side won, the title would have gone down to the last 4 games of the season. The match actually started well for Los Blancos, as Higuaín scored after just 14 minutes from a Sergio Ramos cross. Ramos was a constant paradox throughout the game. He was a major threat for Madrid going forward, even bagging a goal himself, yet was also getting torn apart by Thierry Henry down that right-hand side. The Frenchman scored twice, as did Messi, and they were joined by the unlikely duo Piqué and Puyol, as Pep's Barca continued their rampant form, winning 6-2. Barcelona eventually finished 8 points ahead of their old foes. 6. Jose's first Clásico. This scoreline crops up quite a lot in the Clásico fixtures, and this time it was Jose Mourinho in his debut season as Los Merengues boss who was on the wrong end of it. Let's just say Jose's first Clásico was a baptism of fire, as it ticked every box in the game's usual requirements. Plethora of goals, check. Half-time subs, check. 12 yellow cards, check. Injury time goal, check. And finally, a red card, a successful Clásico bingo sheet if ever there's been one. David Villa scored twice, Xavi and Pedro also netted, before Jeffren put the icing on top of the cake in the 90th minute. Just when you think all the action was over, Sergio Ramos got a straight red shortly after, and Perez called it the worst result in Madrid's history, while Jorge Valdano criticised Mourinho for his inability to bring forward a major correction in the game. A damning indictment. 5 and 4. Laudrup's Clásicos. Laudrup never won a Ballon d'Or, yet has been called the best player ever by Andres Iniesta, and Raul called him the best player he's ever featured alongside. You might notice that these compliments were given by both Barca and Madrid players. That's because the Dane crossed the divide line in 1994. In Laudrup's last Clásico as a Barca player, he came on a sub, and the Catalans spanked Madrid 5-0 at home thanks to goals from Koeman, Iglesias and a Romario hat-trick. But as Barcelona had plenty of players going to the '94 World Cup, Laudrup believed that his teammates would be too fatigued to mount a proper title challenge the following season, and subsequently moved to Real Madrid for about £10 million. His first Clásico for Los Blancos saw a repeat scoreline in 1995, and Laudrup was once again on the right side of it. This time the Danes started as Zamorano scored a hat-trick, Amavisca and a certain Luis Enrique were on the score sheet too. Laudrup's prophecy was correct, and Madrid won the league whilst Barca struggled to fourth. 3. The Cerdo Clásico. Now, this match may not be the high-scoring spectacle like the others on this list, but the ball draw was a significant fixture for one reason: Luis Figo's second visit back to the Nou Camp, which included a severed pig's head. After 5 seasons and 249 appearances for Barca, Luis Figo switched sides as Madrid paid his €60 million buyout clause, and Florentino Perez's Galactico policy was well underway. Figo won the Ballon d'Or in the white shirt that same year, mainly for his contributions as a Barca player, and although his first game back in Catalonia was deafening with abuse, his second time back was even worse. As Madrid's set-piece taker, every time the Portuguese went to take a corner, he had beer cans, lighters, and even golf balls chucked at him. On one occasion, it took Luis around 2 minutes to take a corner, and the debris chucked at him got so bad, the referee stopped the game for 20 minutes. During this break, it was shown that even a pig's head was belted at Figo, making this an iconic and memorable moment in Clásico history. 2. Ronaldinho's Clásico. Ronaldinho isn't just one of Barcelona's greatest ever players, but he's also one of the game's most loved footballers worldwide, with his flair, teeth and flamboyant style of play amazing everyone who watched him whenever he touched the ball. Never was this more evident than at Barca's trip to the Bernabeu in November 2005, and considering this match was a week before Ronnie was given the Ballon d'Or, you could only imagine the type of form the Brazilian was in. 4 points clear at the time, the Blaugrana destroyed Madrid 3-0, with the superstar scoring 2 magnificent solo goals as he put on one of the finest performances ever witnessed in a Clásico. He was so good in that match, he received a standing ovation not only from the Barca fans, but also the Madristas, who recognised just what a genius the guy was. 1. Messi's Clásico. It was only fair that our list ended in a draw, but what a draw it was. Not only was it a 6-goal thriller, but it also truly announced a certain teenage Lionel Messi as one of the greatest players in the world. Much like every other Clásico, it was a feisty affair, with 9 yellow cards being shown, and Barca defender Olaguer saw red when the sides were level. And it looked to be Madrid's day at the Camp Nou when a 20-year-old Sergio Ramos and his luscious locks headed in a Guti free kick on the 72nd minute. But cometh the hour, cometh the man, as Messi picked up the ball outside the box, danced past Helguera and slotted the equaliser in the 91st minute. He secured his hat-trick, the first one in a Clásico for 12 years, and nicked a desperate Barca a crucial point. It was heartbreak for the Catalans that season though, as their fierce rivals won La Liga due to their superior head-to-head record.
So there we have it, but what do you guys at home think? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, why don't you click here for loads more great content and down there to subscribe. And as always guys, we'll catch you later.